Welcome, welcome. How you feeling,
Well,
brother Leo?
I'm feeling good. It's been a good day. I just
Good.
finished filming in my 30-minute block, so like I finished 2 seconds ago, but I'm here.
I love that. I know you're normally on like 5 minutes early, so you made it on time though. That's the important
Of
part, man. So
course, of
what are you
course.
filming? What are you filming?
This is day 7 of my 22 lessons on communication that I'm teaching to my Instagram crowd. So we got about 1,000 new followers this week of people learning about communication. So that's always awesome news.
That's fun. Your Instagram's killer. We should who here is on Instagram? Give us a thumbs up if you're on Instagram. Okay.
Some
Several of
people.
you. Good. If you're on Instagram, you gotta be following Leo. He puts out some really cool stuff.
It's always good to have the platforms because people will look you up across the platforms and being able to be well branded across Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and these places will give you so much more business all across the board.
Yeah, even if you don't post a lot, it's good to have it. It's good to have a picture of yourself on it. It's good to have a few posts up that well encapsulate who you are, what you do. Very powerful tool. It's like a business card on steroids. So fun
Absolutely.
stuff. Well, what's a win from today, Leo? What's a win and a gratitude? Get some high energy coming in here on this day 16.
A big win, well, always a win to see the 78 of you on here, but we got a lot
81.
of big plans going. So we're working with a lot of our students. They're doing deals, they're crushing it. Got up this morning feeling good. Have my beverage up here. Everybody hold up your beverage if you got it. As always, staying hydrated. There we go. And for the people who are new here, this is day one for some people. It's okay. You're not behind. You're never behind. You are here. We'll always catch you up. But essentially, what we do when we first start, we get the energy rolling. We count the wins. We stay hydrated, keep each other accountable, and then we get rocking on day 16, which is today.
Day 16. Let's go. We have some exciting things for you guys. But before we delve in, I want to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10 how you're feeling. I love to gauge your energy every day. We're going to bring you a 10 out of 10 as much as possible, but we want to see where you're at. 11. This is good. You're off the freaking charts. 5, 8, 9. Getting better. That's good attitude. 9.5. Teresa, welcome.
All right. Everybody type
Veronica,
in the chat how you're feeling 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. We got them coming in. All right, this is good. So I've got to tell you, there's a whole bunch of things that are happening right now. Chris and Laura, as we mentioned a day or two ago, got a $63,000 and change check. Huge win. Congratulations to them. And from this Zoom, there's a whole bunch of potential deals in the works, but there's three specifically. We're going to be delving in a little bit about those. The whole objective here for you guys over these 60 days together is really to take you from the beginning. For those of you who are already succeeding, already doing well, already doing deals, that's amazing. And we want to help you know how to empower your team to grow. And for those of you who have already done many deals, you're going to notice as you are become leaders in this group and in our mastermind and in the future as things progress, the whole objective is to continue to empower you with tools and opportunities and give you strategies and ideas that help you level up your business. There's so many cool things I'm working on right now that I want to share, but I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So I have to tone myself back on these 60 days to pace it out because we only have 30 minutes a day to hang out. So on the other scope of that, our objective is to take you from the very beginning, from getting your first or next deal, from the contract, how to find it, how to walk through it, and all the way to the finish line of getting that contract to sell it or lease option it and getting the freaking money. So if y'all are good with getting an extra check or two before these 60 days are up, give me a thumbs up. Everybody good? All right, good. I got the fireworks going, baby. All right. So That's our objective. Now, something amazing has happened, just like it always does. When we start to do the work, we may hit a brick wall, challenges may come, but there's those who just continue to press through that. And we have some of you who are having fairly early successes, and we have a possible contract in the works with Steven from one of the deals I talked about yesterday. With Lawrence, we're working a deal together. And with, I said three, there's four, I guess. With Mike, Judy just called and has a potential deal in the works with Mike. And with Erica and Sterling, we have a deal in the works. So we want to talk to Erica. If you're available, I did not get a chance to text you before. If Erica's on here, I'll probably have you share about your deal and where you are in that. And Mike, we're going to have you to hop up and share with Judy on your deal. And, you know, the objective is clear. It's to, number two, to get you checks, and to, number one, provide you so much value that you realize that it would be just plain crazy to not come and jump on this train with us to get to the next level. So that's our whole objective here, is to continue to dump massive value to you guys and help you get to your next level. All right. So I'm going to toss it back over to Leo before we delve in and bring everyone up.
Absolutely. So today we're going over a few deal structures of the multiple deals that you guys have. So deals that you guys have sent that Andrew is calling. Now we want to show you guys how to actually see the deals, go through the numbers, go through the situations, so you get very ingrained and immersed into the business. But as we said, the biggest thing is that you guys are just hopping on the phones, getting good, making phone calls, go take action. Everybody type in the chat action if you've either made a call, found a lead, or negotiated a term. Type action if you've already done that.
Action. We got lots of action here. This is awesome.
And as we know, one of the biggest pieces to our success is the accountability, is being able to have a mentor, being able to have a friend, being able to have people in your circle to say, hey, I didn't take action yet. And for us to say, why not? What was going on? Let's take some action. Let's see you take some action. Because we can sit here for a year and you might not take any action, but if you don't tell anybody that, no one's going to hold you accountable. That's the biggest piece. So type not yet if you have not yet taken action, just so we know. We're gonna keep it funky. We're gonna keep it real with everybody. I see a lot of people have taken action and not some people haven't taken action, but we're gonna keep rocking every single day to make sure you guys are getting the basis of the business, which is finding leads, making calls, negotiating deals. And that's what's happening. And that is what a few of you did. And that's why we have some deals on the board to look at. So let's break some down, Andrew.
Let's do it. And I want to just make this preface. You know, I mentioned 4 potential deals from you guys. I know you guys have sent a lot of leads. 2 notes. Number one, just because we're calling leads alongside of you, don't let that ever stop you from calling leads. We're in this to make it happen. And obviously it's impossible for us to call 500 leads, 1,000 leads in a short amount of time. Our objective is to inspire you and give you the tools and be working through this process as you keep coming on these 60 days. And then we progress on further to the 3 days we're going to spend together and to the additional things that we're going to be working on together. So first off, I want to bring up Mike and Judy. Let's see, I see Mike here. Is Judy on here? I do not see her on screen. One. Help me out if anybody sees Judy. If not,
Yeah, I think Judy's here.
Judy.
Let's do this. Boom, type in Judy. There you go. Judy, where are you?
There she is.
I hear her laugh. There she is.
Hello there. Awesome. Fill us in a little bit with what's going on about this lead from Mike. We're going to find out where it came from, what the conversation was like, and what terms we're at.
This lead is in Louisville, Kentucky. It came in, his source is listed on here is Facebook Marketplace. She was asking 245. He had put a note on it that she wanted somebody to call her. She wanted more of an explanation. So when I called, I actually looked the house up, and I think its ARV is close to 256, somewhere in that range. When I called her, we were actually able to take the cost down to 236,650. In other words, we took off the realtor's fee, like a 3%, and we took off $1,000 for her closing cost. She wasn't willing to budge a lot, but that made sense to her. So she went down that much, and then she's ready. She's ready for the contract. She wants to close on her before July 26th. Her monthly payments right now are $1,421. They had been a little bit like $100 less, but she had been behind a couple months, so they bumped them up. My hopes are once we get started, that goes right back down once she catches up. My guess is escrow was behind. So what I've negotiated is that we would go in. She does need her equity because she has several other bills that are behind. So her equity in this, her loan amount is about $202,000 and some change. So her equity is going to be around $34,000. So it is going to take a payment up front to close it. But when I looked at this house and where it is, if you put it into a lease option, this was my thinking, you should be able to get close to that in the lease option deposit.
This is
Also,
awesome.
yeah, the spread on this one, you ought to be able to get 2,400, I would imagine, for a rental payment. So he's gonna have a decent spread. So it won't have a great front end, but it should have a good middle, and it should have a decent back end.
All right, this is awesome and an amazing explanation. So let's break that down a little bit. Mike,
love a decent back end.
Yes, we do. Mike, where'd you find
Yes,
this
sir.
deal? How'd you find this deal?
Yeah, it was actually Facebook Marketplace, but it's listed on Zillow also.
Okay. Did I forget to tell you it does not work in Louisville?
Well, yeah, I was looking elsewhere, but the Louisville thing somehow showed up just randomly.
Darn it. Okay. Well, that happens sometimes. All right.
Yeah,
So how much did you pay for this lead from Facebook Marketplace?
I paid about 10 minutes of my time,
Okay.
$0.
Have you ever bought a house on owner finance before or creative finance?
Yes.
Okay. And is this one that you will want to keep in your portfolio? Is this one that you want to take out? What's going through your mind about this deal?
It's probably, it depends. It depends.
Okay.
I'm a little bit concerned when I run what I think the amortization should be. I need to understand why the payments were quite that high. So I really want to see the mortgage statement first. And if we can bring the payments down, I'd like to keep it. If we can't, I'd like to sell it.
So I'm not calling you greedy. I am just going to say, imagine we're sitting here having a discussion complaining that we're only going to net $1,000 a month in rent. Like, I want all of you guys to take note. What other business are we going to do this in? So we look at this house. Here's the numbers. You take over the debt of, and I want all of you guys to write this down because I want you to see what just happened. And some of you guys are going, oh, I don't have 30 grand. Well, not yet, you don't, but watch what happens. Number one, there's a loan of about $202,000. So write down 202. That's a low interest loan. Now, how many of you would like a few $1,000,000 of low and no interest debt about now? All right. Type it in the chat. Yes. If you want some low and no interest debt, I want a few more $1,000,000 of it. I always joke with any of my friends that I used to know from years ago who follow Dave Ramsey. They'll tell me they're going to be debt free by next year. I said, well, darn, I'm trying to get to 100 million in debt by next year, but I'm a little shy. So low and no interest debt, 202,000. Now, the value of this is about 255, 260. But because we're offering time, we're going to turn around. I want you over to the right-hand side of your paper. You wrote 202 already on the left. I want you to write on the right side 275. You're going to lease option this thing for $275. And then I want you to write down below the 202, $34,000. All right. So where are we going to get the $32,000, $34,000? The $34,000, of course, you may partner. You may joint venture with somebody. You may do it all sorts of ways. Or this is what I used to do when I was starting out. I would contract it, let the lady know that we're good to move forward, with very transparent about what I'm doing. I would take that thing, post it out, rent to own your own beautiful home. I would post it out on Facebook, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, signs everywhere, Zillow. Put it out in the community, put it out in Facebook groups, and go find me somebody with around that $30,000 to $40,000 up front for a non-refundable option deposit, and use my tenant buyers $30,000 to $40,000 down to pay my down payment. All right. Now, what if you only get $30,000 down? Well, shoot, maybe you still need a partner for the other $4,000. And we love to partner with our students. Now, on the other hand, perhaps you get somebody with 40 or 50 down and you actually make a profit at the front. But I'm okay forfeiting the upfront money, knowing that I'm going to owe 202, and the tenant that gave me $40,000 down is going to owe 235. So now if and when they cash me out, I'm going to get another $33,000. In the meantime, I'm going to net $1,000 a month while they take care of the house, rent it until they can qualify for a mortgage and cash me out down the line. If this is making sense, give me a thumbs up. For those of you who have questions, I'm going to be taking questions in a moment. I know I'm running through this rather rapidly. We're going to be talking through these. I just want to show you how we put these deals together, and that you don't always have to know from top to the bottom what you're going to do with it. The whole objective is to find a potential deal, to negotiate potential terms. Nobody dies if we negotiate them wrong, to get a freaking purchase agreement and to decide what the heck you're going to do to turn this thing to a profit. All right. So everybody who's new here, welcome. Welcome to all of you. And congratulations for hopping in. It's day 16, but you've while we've been having fun the last 2 weeks, you are in just on time because we're about to start having so much fun. Next week, we're going to be giving you guys the opportunity. Actually, seats are limited, so we'll be giving many of you the opportunity to come and join us for 3 days in August live to do a whole lot more of this fun stuff. And so my whole objective, getting 2 more contracts in 1 day. Carmen, that's just like bragging at this point. I love you. All right. So we broke down the deal. What else? Leo, what other questions would you have for Mike or Judy right now before we move on to the next deal?
So, not a question, but a very important statement is that the process that you guys are in, you guys are able to start structuring a deal. You guys are able to see the deal pull through. And at this place, this is where, of course, the money is made. So the more times, the more repetitions we can end up back in this place where we're sitting down and structuring the deal, that is the biggest momentum piece. But you got to do the work to get the call, get the leads, and get the calls to the point of having a deal to structure, having a seller to say yes, and looking at this deal. When you're here, you have so much help of people who could say, yes, this is a good structure. I'll sit with you and structure the deal. In the process of doing the calls, that's where everybody's here pounding the phones and pounding the phones and pounding the phones until they get to a place where, hey, I have a deal ready to go. Let's structure, let's make some money. But that's why I want you guys to be so focused on how can I get on these phones and dial, get confident on the phones so I can be in this place every day of having multiple contracts out, having multiple deals and multiple things to structure. And I want to say something here that's very important is that when we're here, we want to show the energy because this is how we are on our phone calls all the time. And this is how we are every single day. And our students, of course, we make sure everyone's high energy on here. It's 60 days with, how like 100 plus people. And I see some people, slumped over and say you can't learn like that. You're just sitting for some entertainment. That's not what this is, guys. We're doing 60 days to make sure you get some damn deals so you can pay yourself, so you can always have this skill to make more income, to have the ability to build your own freedom. And this is the most important part. And I don't want to call you guys out, but I do, that if you're slumped over, this is the time. This is the stuff. You're going to listen to this, you're going to take action on it, and you will get deals. And we hope that we're showing that every day when we show up here 100%, that deals are happening. Those of you who are here that are taking action are getting deals, and that check is going to hit. And you're going to be happy that you showed up every single day, and you're going to be happy that you took that action. So I see some of this now, kind of, yep. There you
Wakey,
go.
wakey.
Rock and roll.
This is good. So I want to, and we're going to be taking questions here in just a moment. So get your questions ready. I want to bring up, so I know Lawrence has a deal. We're probably not going to get through all of them. So Lawrence, I'm going to connect with you. If Lawrence, if you're on here, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you're on here, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Steven, if you're on here, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I love seeing you guys. Keep your cameras on because we can see all of you, just not all of you at once. All right, Steven's on here. Lawrence, you're missing your opportunity, brother. All right, so the whole objective here, and I'll connect with you, Steven. Your guy just hit me back up a moment ago, and so good stuff. Erica, can we bring Erica up and unmute her for a moment? My whole objective, guys, again, we want as much as time and conversation will permit in our 30 minutes together each day here over June and July to help you have as much progress as possible. But I want you to not look at us as the end all be all. I want you to look at the opportunity in the mirror. You can get on the phone and do these calls. Do you need accountability? Yes. When you hear about the many ways you can come spend more time with us, are you going to want to be a part of it? Absolutely, yes. And I want you to be able to take the phone and dial the freaking thing. I want you to really be able to step into this. So Erica is killing it. Erica and Sterling. Sterling.
Hi.
Hello, Erica. So if you don't mind, just bring us a quick update on your deal.
So this is a guy who acquired a second home. His mom was living in it. She passed away, signed the deed over to the seller and then another sibling. And so it was the two of them on it. Well, then the sibling passed away, so then he was left with it. He cannot afford a second home. And it's free and clear, just all the other additional expenses. There's back taxes. And now he has a work injury, so he has no income right now. And so he's just really wants out from under it. And the asking price was $62,500. And through the opening script, I got him on terms initially. Well, then once we just built rapport, and in fact, this is a property that was under contract with someone else. And from the first time I talked to him, he said, "You're the only person I've talked to that I actually think I can trust." And so we just kept that conversation going. I said, just keep me posted, whatever is happening with the other buyer. And turns out that contract expired, nothing happened. So we sent him a contract yesterday. Instead of terms, we decided, I asked that magic question, what's the least you will take? And he went down from $62,500 to $45,000. And then after more conversations, we got it down to $39,000. So that's the contract that was sent out. He didn't sign it. So I followed up with him this morning and he said, I don't want to wait another 30 days. Can we do this in a week's time? And after asking questions, because we answer questions with questions, we got him down to $32,000 in 10 days. So, and Andrew, I just got a text message as soon as I logged in here on the Zoom, and he has signed the contract.
Let's go.
All right.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
62,500 to 32,000.
So
Yeah, so
you're saying that there was a $30,000 drop because you asked questions and shut up.
yes. Hey,
That's
can I
powerful.
have you tell Marshall that I know how to be quiet?
Oh, that's funny. So I love that. I have no comeback for that, but it makes me laugh because I love both of you guys, and I can just see him smiling when I say that. So my whole objective is, again, we take this property. Eric is going to put it with someone who has buyers in this area. So by the way, if you're in Pennsylvania and need boots on the are boots on the ground, or know people in Pennsylvania, or have buyers there, shoot us a DM here in the chat and we'll connect up with you. Our, again, purpose as real estate investors is to not overthink things. We're matchmakers. We're finding sellers with challenges. We're solving their challenges. This guy is so done with this property. Erica and Sterling are the answer to his prayer. I don't know if that's exact words he used, but that's pretty much what he said on the call that I was on with you. And so it's powerful to begin to see how you get to help these people, serve them and serve their needs, and then turn around and resell it. All right. So what do we think this property is worth if it was in tippy top shape, Erica?
Some comps. I think there was a house in the area that sold 4 months ago. I don't have my notes in front of me. It was maybe 85,000.
Okay. So let's say it's worth 85,000. And from the photos, if my memory serves me correctly, I've looked at a lot of photos the last few days of properties. I believe this one probably just needed some cosmetic repair and updating. Is that accurate?
Yes, there's things in the house. He doesn't even have the funds to remove the items from the house, and because of his work injury, he's not able to take care of that himself as well. So yeah.
So knowing this house is worth, I know there was one street over just sold for 122, and
Okay.
another one 2 doors down that sold for 100, but they were larger. That's just a quick Zillow search. So let's say it is only worth 80,000. Let's say we put this thing up on somewhere online on Investor Lift, and we get an offer for $50,000. How many of you would be willing to make a couple of phone calls and ask a few questions to get $20,000? If you would, type it in the chat. 20K, 20K. Give me a 20K. All right, this is good. We can keep going. There's enough here who's ready. All right, we got the 20Ks coming. All right. Any final thoughts that you want to share, Erica, before we wrap up today and go to questions on what was going through your mind? Was it easier than you thought? Was it harder than you thought? What's going through your mind?
Oh yeah, it was definitely easier. This was a lead that I saw someone ask. We found this lead on Facebook Marketplace, and it was during the first week of this program, and I was hesitant. I've never made these cold calls before, and so he was one of my first ones, and just continuing to follow up. We built a relationship. He just looks forward to my calls. He calls me now, once that contract was expired, he's calling me. And so, I mean, and it's a joy. It's really gratifying to know that I'm helping someone who's in a hard spot. And
Absolutely.
we are the answer to his prayer, like he said yesterday. So, that's what's a huge win for me. And that's what keeps me excited to keep going.
That's amazing. So you found this on Facebook Marketplace?
Yes.
How many people did you message on Facebook Marketplace to get to this guy?
Explain what you mean. I
How
just
many
messaged.
people
I think.
Did you reach out?
I think just him. Other people, other houses. Oh gosh. I mean, that first week the assignment was 20, and Sterling was at 9:30 at night sending those messages. So he got the phone number. I was the one that did the call and built the rapport, and so yeah.
Good.
It was 20 people that we initially messaged. I think we got 11 numbers that first round. And then since then we've messaged and gone for more numbers. So
Are you saying you just followed directions?
I follow directions.
That's
Yes.
awesome. And it worked.
Yeah. And
It works.
I want to point out, like, literally, that's been my numbers for years. And I know we're about to wrap up here. So we're going to take questions and answers. But it has literally been, if I send 20 messages, I'm normally getting 10 numbers back. So they must like you better than me, Erica, because you got 11. I'm getting 10 numbers back. And I normally get about 5 of those people on the phone. So it's really that simple, guys. So get on the phone with sellers. We have Steven's lead we're working. We have Lawrence lead we're working. Faith Properties sent more. Jerry sent more. Who else sent more? Shannon sent more. Justin, we got leads working with him. Kelly, we got your leads working. So we got a lot of leads in the works here. Again, don't let this be your excuse to not dial. The people who are getting deals are dialing and using us as support. And that's what we're here for. So questions and answers. Anything else on your mind, Leo, before we jump to questions and answers?
Make the calls. If you feel other people's momentum, remember, again, rejoice in their success. I rejoice in Erica's success in doing this and her amazing 13-year-old son who is taking action. I rejoice in all of that. And that's just going to make us more successful. And it's going to help us take more action because we're inspired. So Erica, you inspire us. Those of you who are taking action, you inspire us. Judy, you inspire us. This is an amazing community that we're building. Let's do some questions.
All right. Well, I want to give a big shout out to Sharon Cooper. She is making calls, talking to sellers. She's filling out lead sheets and she's asking questions every day. So big, great progress, Sharon. You're an action taker.
Sharon is an avid question asker, and I love it. She asks like 4 or 5 a day, and it's great because it's all the questions that we have.
Beautiful. So Sharon asks, a guy wants me to send him the contract before we meet. I already said sure because I felt like he will think I'm trying to hide something if I don't. Thoughts?
Sure. So I would need a little more context as to what that means. In fact, I like to send contracts 98% of the time before we meet with filled out numbers and a verbal agreement and get it signed before I ever go see the house, if I ever go see the house. Now, if you're saying he doesn't trust your agreement, then I send him a blank agreement and I say, you know, if the agreement's legal and it's from my attorney, are you ready to move forward?
All right. Another question from Sharon from yesterday. Are you interested in multifamily or apartments or just single family?
Love multifamily, apartments, mobile home parks, tornado attractor. Trailer parks, everything else, the types of real estate we love. We're working on multiple types of projects right now. In fact, I already sold my 66 unit mobile, so it's probably time I get another one.
Right. A question from Cindy from yesterday. I have a large piece of property in San Antonio that has the potential ARV after repair value of 1.2 million, but I cannot find a comp. Do you have any suggestions?
How do we know its ARV is 1.2 if we don't have an ARV? If we don't have comps would be my question. So the objective on this property, if you have a great deal on it, it'll be the terms or a price way below what you believe it to be worth. You can always contract it and pay the $300, $400, $500, $600 for an appraisal and verify value that way.
All right. Maddie Tatum says, what app do you use to record your phone calls?
My favorite transcribes and records them is called Plod. It's a little hardware, actually. There's also another one called Tape a Call. There's several others. Unfortunately, I'm not affiliate with any of them yet. So we need to change that.
We also use Loom.
Oh, Loom is good. That's a video app.
Yourself and the screen.
Very awesome. Veronica asks, where did Steve get the lead? So this is from yesterday. Steve had a lead. She wanted to know where he got that. Was it a paid lead or a free lead like Facebook Marketplace? I'm not sure if Steve's on here. If anybody knows, maybe Judy worked that lead. If not, no worries. We
don't know that answer.
If you do know Steve, just post it in the chat, please, for Veronica. Interesting comment here from Nathan. I'm not sure if other folks can relate. Thank you for your courage in sharing this, Nathan. He said, I feel like I want to understand things better before I take action. It's not out of fear. It's because I want to be able to speak intelligently when I call. Any comments on that one, Leo?
I think it's
go ahead. Oh,
I think
I'll
it's
go for you.
Important to note that yes, we definitely want to know more, but the whole objective is to get on the phone and follow the script. Because if we can get through this call, that's the part of this, the beauty of this community and what we're doing together and what we're about to build together beyond these 60 days is you can just continue having that support to plug into. So it's literally like Erica and Sterling did, like Mike, like Steven, like all the guys are doing that are getting deals, is just get on the phone, fill out the thing, and then go to the next step. So it's one step at a time.
All right. Well, I think we might actually clear all these questions out. Next one is from Justin. He says, how do I market a house I don't own yet?
Awesome question. Did you have something to add to the last one, Leo?
I can.
Go for
What
it.
Andrew just said, if you take it now, you'll get deals. If you don't, 12 months later, you'll be in a rough spot and you'll ask the question again, and then you'll hear it again, and then you'll take action then because you want to be in a rougher spot then, and then it'll work out. Or you take the action now. You choose.
Thank you, Leo. All right, question here from SCR secretary. She said, but how many people out there with a 30K in the bank can qualify for a home loan and need to rent own? It seems to me like that person will be hard to find.
Yes. So, Justin, how you market a house you don't yet own, depending on the state, we get into all the details. You get a purchase agreement, and you then put it out on market. You put it out to your buyers list, or you connect with buyers in the area. It's easier to find a house for a buyer than a buyer for a house. I'll talk more about that in the coming days, about how right now I'm finding 2 houses for 2 buyers, one who has 40,000 down and one who has 20,000 down. To answer the last question regarding getting money down, and also please make sure you post the circle link in the app as we wrap up day 16. I want to mention to you guys, it is day 16 and we just set a record for attendance. The momentum is not going down, it's going up, and that's thanks to you guys. So this is exciting. It's going to just keep going and growing. So thank you for the circle. Make sure all of you are in the circle, because we're going to be continuing to answer questions in there, share our wins. All of you be posting your wins and gratitudes in the circle. So when it relates to people who maybe can't qualify for a mortgage but have bid money down, it's just like buying houses. Most people aren't going to sell you their house on payments or give you a $100,000 house for $32,000. We're dealing with the minority. Most people who can't qualify for a mortgage, correct, they don't have a big non-refundable option deposit, but we're looking for the minority who do. I have somebody right now looking for a $100,000 house who has a $40,000 non-refundable option deposit saved. Somebody else looking for a $90,000 house has a $20,000 non-refundable option deposit saved. Taxes, problems in marriage, divorce, health problems, medical bills, all sorts of reasons people can't qualify for a stringent bank loan right now, but they can absolutely put money together to get into the home of their dreams.
All right. And a question for Erica, or maybe you know the answer, Andrew, is where did Erica find the lead?
She told us it was Facebook Marketplace on the first day of DMing 20 people. And she sent out the message that said, I'm interested in buying your house, have a couple questions. What's the best number to reach you? This is exciting, guys. Keep the momentum going. Day 17 tomorrow, we're going to be back here going strong with 110% energy. Make sure you're on the circle. Make sure you're posting your wins. The momentum continues and success is contagious.
Amen.
Off to you, Brother Leo.
These days go by real fast. It's already day 16. So recognize how fast it is, and understand that the sooner you take action, the sooner you'll get better questions to ask, and the sooner you'll just get to understand the business as a whole, the sooner you get deals. That's the biggest thing. Every step of the way, you will learn so much. Every step of the way that you take action, you will gain self-respect for yourself. This business is hard if you don't have self-respect. Without self-respect, it's hard to take action. It goes in a loop. That is why people have been in the same place for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, is because they don't have the self-respect to go take the action. So when you do tell yourself, I'm going to go take action today, and you do it, see how much more you respect yourself and see how much more others respect you a year from now when you have a portfolio, when you have deals rolling through. And that is when success really starts to compound. And we change our lives there. So don't spend another year doing the same thing for the next 5 years. Please be with us tomorrow, where we go over the biggest differentiator to success ever. Tomorrow, day 17, same time. Be early, be on time. Well, be early. See you there. Bye-bye.
See you there. Bye for now, guys.